everybody. This is Brother Man ASMR. And thank you for joining me this evening as we open up a box of 2022 Score football. We will be chewing some gum and drinking some ice water. Spilled a little. Got the blueberry icebreakers. Switching it up a little bit from the mint. So, for those of you who are not familiar with the history of football cards, Score is a pretty iconic set, and it's an iconic set because the first year that Score football came out was 1989, and that just happened to be one of the best draft classes in NFL history, with rookies like Barry Sanders, Troy Aikman, Deion Sanders, Derek Thomas, Michael Irvin, and Thurman Thomas. And those cards were very valuable back in the early to late 90s, before the bottom of the card market fell out when eBay became popular. And one of the reasons why the 1989 Score football cards were so valuable, I learned this. I'm not gonna think of the guy's name, but he's a YouTuber who does videos on the history of football cards, right? And 1989 was, you were right in the middle of what was called the junk wax era, and that was when companies like Topps and Donruss were overproducing cards, and it was causing them to lose value. And Score came out, and I believe they did not produce as many cards as Topps did that year, and it made the cards more rare. It was one of the reasons why they held their value. So, very, very iconic set. I think the Barry Sanders rookie was one of the first rookies that I got as a kid when I started collecting cards. And I don't know, it had to be like 93 or something when I started collecting cards. And yeah, so it's opening up Score is pretty nostalgic for sure. So we're gonna jump right into it. Let's see what we cool, I got a little deal on it. And we'll open it and then we'll see what's in there. So, we're looking for 6 parallels and one blaster exclusive that could be a numbered parallel. I think last time I was with my brothers, we opened up a little blaster of Score. That's the first time I'd opened Score since I was a kid, honestly. And it looks like they're kind of doing like all the other card companies are, and creating parallels and resin type cards and things of that nature. They didn't used to do that, so I think that's a relatively new thing. So let's see what we got. Alright, so we got Matt Stafford on the front as the cover athlete. He's having a pretty good second half to the season. He started off not so hot, and the last couple of weeks he's been throwing like 3 touchdowns a game, doing a whole lot better. So let's see what we got. So we've got Earl Campbell, Chris Godwin, Josh Allen, the other Josh Allen, obviously not the Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. We've got Melvin Gordon, Cam Akers, Humphrey. Can't say I've heard of Creed Humphrey. Oh, cool. It says has a little fact about them. So he has a second round pick. Started all 17 games. Okay. Joe Montana, absolute legend. 4 Super Bowl rings. God, I thought he had 5 for some reason. That's 4. Yeah. Put him over here. Max Crosby, up and comer for Oakland. Jacoby Myers now with the Las Vegas Raiders. Michael Strahan. Michael Carter. Carter's with the New York Jets. No, he's with the Arizona Cardinals now. Taylor Heineke. CJ. Alright, now we're at the rookies. Can't say I've heard of CJ Vardell. Okay, so this one doesn't have like the little fun fact on the bottom. That's weird. I guess they'll have it for the veterans. Yeah, I don't think that Vardell was drafted. I think he was an undrafted free agent, but we'll start a little rookie pile right over here. Dennis Lloyd. Start a good rookie pile. Kayvon Thibodeau. I think he was like the first or second overall pick that year. Yeah. Isaiah Spiller. Hasn't really done much. He was a popular player in the Dynasty fantasy football community when he was a rookie, because he was obviously going to the LA Chargers, who are one of the best offenses in the NFL. So the assumption was, I think that Spiller was a 4th round pick, 5th round pick, one of those 2 rounds. The assumption was is that, if he showed anything in camp, take off, but never really was able to get any better than third string. I know that because I'm on my dynasty team. Traquan Thornton. Bill Belichick is not known for drafting receivers, and Traquan Thornton is one of the players that he missed on. Hasn't really done much. Cool, Ronnie Rivers. He plays for the Rams now. I didn't know that he started his career in Arizona. I'll put Vardell over here. I don't think we're gonna hold on to Vardell rookie. Sam Howell. This is one that we want to hold on to. Howell has been playing really, really well this year. He was a 5th round draft pick by the Redskins this year, and or in 2022, and only started one game last year and showed enough promise to where the Redskins were willing to give him the full-time starting gig this year, and he's been throwing for a lot of yards. The Redskins haven't been winning games, but Howell's putting up crazy yards in that offense, throwing for about 250, 300 yards a game. And, yeah, got some promise, I wonder if defenses will figure him out eventually. That's what you always wonder with a quarterback that kind of came out of nowhere, like defenses just figured out Josh Dobbs, for instance, if you're watching football. Josh Dobbs for the Vikings had a really good year with Arizona and with the Minnesota Vikings, and then this year, in the last couple of games, he's just been getting creamed because teams have been figuring him out. You wonder if that'll happen to a guy like Howell. It happens to a lot of players that are drafted later that kind of come out of nowhere. They're quarterbacks. It's not happened to Brock Purdy yet, so we'll see. It has not happened to Howell yet, as of yet, but we'll save him. And we got Devontae Adams. Jason Taylor Sack Attack, and this looks like a little prism card back here, so let's see what we got. Alright, Aiden Hutchinson was not the first pick. I think he was the top 3 pick though. Plays for the Lions, and oh, damn. Nice. Alright, I guess the third time's the charm, guys. In my first 2 ASMR videos, we got absolutely nothing. And we just pulled a numbered Justin Herbert, guys. It's not his rookie year, but this is numbered to 599, and yeah, anything Justin Herbert numbered is gonna be good. I wonder if that'll pay for this box, honestly. It's pretty cool. 178, this happened to be the time that I went and Walmart was out of sleeves, so I'm gonna have to go find a sleeve to put this in. But, because I don't have any sleeves right now, but, yeah, wow. Number to 599. Let's see what type of condition we're looking at. This corner's a little bit. This corner here could be a little better. Other corners are looking kind of good. Yeah. Centering is centering's decent, but the top bottom centering's not there. So you wouldn't get a PSA 10 on this if it was graded, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. This is awesome. We'll put him over that's a good start. You get a Sam Howell rookie and a Justin Herbert out of the first pack. Promising start, guys. Promising start. Alright, we have Deion Jones. He was a second round pick by the Falcons. We've got MVS Marquez Valdez Scantling. He plays for the Kansas City Chiefs now. They're Patrick Mahomes. Oh, cool. Wesley Walls. I'm a Saints fan. Wesley Walls used to play for the Saints, and then his career really took off when he went to the Carolina Panthers. And I believe he may have played with the Packers. No, he didn't play with the Packers. So Panthers, but really good tight end in the 90s, in like the late 90s. He was a really, really good tight end. Not a Hall of Famer, but a solid player in his era. That's cool. I want to put him over here. I like Wesley Walls. Let's see. Tim Patrick. Yeah, very, very sad. Tim Patrick was an undrafted free agent who really, really got his career off to a hot start, and then blew out his knee. Then he came back and he tore his Achilles. So he's missed 2 seasons in a row. Hoping the dude can make a comeback. Speaking of injuries, J.K. Dobbins, another player who's battled injuries throughout his career. Hoping for a speedy comeback for him. A.J. Green, absolute legend during his time. Absolute legend during his time. Put up some big time numbers with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brett Favre. It's a shame that he, decided to rob from the poor in Mississippi to build that volleyball stadium. If you guys haven't heard about that, he was involved in a scandal where Favre and the University of Southern Miss were using government funds that apparently were intended to feed impoverished people or something along those lines. And they were going to use those funds. They actually used those funds to build a volleyball stadium in Southern Miss, and he got in a lot of trouble for it, and his reputation is kind of in tatters right now. So hopefully he can find a way to make amends for that. But absolute legend of a player. We'll save him because he is a good football player. Randy Moss, wow, that's a good one. Got Pat Fryermuth, the Steelers. It's cool. I like how they have all these legends from the 90s, guys like Favre and Jim Kelly and Moss, people like that. Gives me a lot of nostalgia. Jim Kelly, man. The Bills have one of the best fan bases in football. Die-hard, loyal fan base, and they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost. The first year was 1990. They lost to the Giants on the Scott Norwood would kick. And then in 91, they lost to the Dallas Cowboys. 92, they lost to the Dallas Cowboys. And in 93, they lost to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, because it was the 3 in a row with the Cowboys. I believe it was the Cowboys for 3 of them. So, don't have the numbers in front of me, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Corey Davis, number 5 overall pick. Really good prospect. Had a semi-decent career, but wouldn't say it was top 5 pick level. Brian Dawkins. Alright, now we're in the rookies. Daxton Hill. I have not heard of Mr. Hill. Derek Stingley Jr. I have heard of Derek Stingley Jr. He was the 3rd overall pick by the Texans, who have really been doing well this year. So we'll put Stingley over here. I think he was a 3rd overall pick. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say exactly what, but I believe he was the 3rd overall pick. Then we've got Perron, Winfrey. Yeah, they do all the undrafted free agents because a lot of these guys I've not heard of, and I'm pretty sure they were not drafted. Evan Neal, which is cool because, I mean, if one of these guys hits, then hey, at least they've got a card ready for them. Jameson Williams, now that's an exciting player. Jameson Williams was a top 10 pick. I thought he was picked 10th overall, but he was very, very high in this draft. And Jameson Williams tore his ACL in like the final game of his college career, and he was still picked in the top 10 amazingly. And has not had the best start to his career. He didn't really play a lot in his rookie year. He kind of, came on in the last couple of games, playing a couple of snaps. They were very careful with him, bringing him back from that injury. And then this season, he actually got popped for gambling on football games and was suspended for 8 weeks. Now the Lions offense is firing on all cylinders and putting up a lot of yards and points, but it's mainly going through Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jameson Williams will catch a long touchdown here and there, and we'll get like end-around handoffs and things like that. He's so fast, though. If you guys watch this guy play, it's like Tyreek Hill level speed. If he can figure out what to do with that speed, he can be an amazing player. But I mean, so far, he's looking like more of a gadget player. But we will put him in the good pile just in case. Now we're getting to some of the parallels, it seems. Xavier Rhodes. This is cool. This is a Hall of Fame Joe Montana card. Alright. I got a Micah Parsons. With this Montana here, it's kind of cool. Got a Micah Parsons. I live in Dallas, and Cowboys are having a great year. Micah Parsons is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. We got a Unlop and a Matt Corral potential. I think he's with the Patriots now. Hasn't really done much in his career. He was a 3rd round pick by the Carolina Panthers. against Ocam. Warren Moon, man, yeah, see, I'm loving this. They've got all the 90s legends in here. Warren Moon was one of the best quarterbacks in the 90s. He is in the Hall of Fame. Warren Moon played until he was like 44, I think. Started off in the USFL, actually. He was drafted, I believe, in 1983 to 85, one of those years. I think it was 1983. And played in the USFL back in the 80s. There was a time where the USFL was actually offering legitimate competition to the NFL, meaning that they were competing with the NFL and were seen as a legitimate threat to the NFL. It only lasted a couple of years, but the USFL was signing players to these huge contracts right out of college. And a lot of players were choosing to bypass the NFL, like Herschel Walker, for example, started his career in the USFL. Steve Young was one that started his career in the USFL. Jim Kelly, I actually think Jim Kelly started his career in the USFL. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe he did. And Warren Moon was also one of the ones that started his career in the USFL and went on to have a great career in the NFL. Eventually, played for the Oilers, and they had an offense that was way ahead of its time, like a spread offense in the early 90s. And you didn't see that a lot in the early 90s. You saw a lot of power run offenses and West Coast offenses, and they had this like spread offense. And they were putting up these crazy passing yards, and with like Lorenzo White and Webster Slater and like Haywood Jeffries and all those really good players. So yeah, Warren Moon's awesome. Would have been my little legend bomb starting over there. Raheem Mostert, killing it with the Miami Dolphins. He have him in fantasy. Josh Jacobs, Mark Andrews, Asante Samuel Jr. I'm not gonna butcher Jeremiah's name, so because I will not pronounce it correctly. Devin Singletary, Tony Pollard, Nelson Aguilar. Now we're getting to the rookies. John Dodson is not a bad one to pull. We pulled the Sam Howell rookie earlier. Dodson is had kind of an up and down second year, but whipped some big numbers in his rookie year. And is a top 20 pick, so definitely a prospect. And if you are a Redskins fan, you are loving this box because Brian Robinson is the other good rookie from that year's, from the 2022 draft class. I think he was a third or fourth round pick and is the starting running back. So we got Sam Howell, John Dodson, and Brian Robinson in the same pack. I've got a good friend in New Orleans who actually is from DC, who's a diehard Redskins fan. I may have to send him those. Eric Escanama. Not heard of him. Arnold Ipikiti. Drury Jackson. Oh, this is cool. Got a parallel of Aaron Donald, who's the best defensive player. I mean, since Lawrence Taylor. I mean, you can make an argument for J.J. Watt, maybe. But, I mean, I'd say Donald is the best defensive player since Lawrence Taylor. I mean, amazing player. Pretty cool parallel. I like how the yellow matches with the Rams uniform. That's a nice one. Let's see if it's numbered. This is cool. Garrett Wilson is the best receiver. I'm not gonna say that, but he's one of the best receiving prospects in this class. I wonder if these type of rookies are special. I'll have to look it up. Let's see if it's numbered. We'll save it. We'll save him right over here next to Justin Herbert. Alright, we have another Justin Herbert. That's a celebration card. And a Cam Jordan sack attack. Great player for my Saints. I think he actually recently is either close to or has recently passed Ricky Jackson's all-time Saints as quarterback sack record. Ricky Jackson is in the Hall of Fame. He was a great linebacker for the Saints in the late 80s, early 90s, and I think Cam just broke his sack record. And then we have a potential of Treylon Burks. Yeah, we'll put Treylon Burks in here. Why not? Hasn't really done much, but still a promising rookie. Let me know if you guys are more of a fan of longer or shorter videos. I tend to kind of drag out my ASMR videos because I like the longer ones. But, we switch things up. Alright, we got Mike Evans, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Chris Johnson, Logan Wilson, got Stafford, Tyreek Hill, Jerry Rice, Hall of Famer, greatest receiver of all time, Xavier McKinney, Zach Wilson, Logan Thomas, Deontay Johnson, Felix Jones Jr. Alright, cool, we're on the rookies now. Felix Jones Jr. hasn't really done much, was a third round pick that year's class. Got Brandon Smith. Jeremy Ruckert, fourth round pick, tight end for the Jets. I have him on one of my dynasty teams. Cool, Brees Hall. I'll put him in our winner pile. Brees also was a second round pick that year. And had a devastating knee injury his first year, but has come back and played really well. If the Jets had a decent offensive line and a good quarterback, probably be doing a whole lot better, but dude can break off some really long touchdowns. John Michie. Michie is a very inspiring story. Michie got leukemia, and right before or after he was drafted, I forget when, but he actually didn't play his rookie year, and he was able to beat cancer, and now he's playing, so pretty cool story for John Michie. Now for our parallels, Baker Mayfield. Carson Strong. Carson Strong was not drafted, but I think he was on the practice squad for the Eagles for a little while. Alright. We have Devontae Adams, DJ Shark Jr. These cards are flipping around. DJ Shark, Jerry Judy, Harold Landry, Kenyon Drake, Jake Palmer, that's cool. Jake Palmer, he brought the Cardinals to their first playoff game. I think they won too. I think it was like the Cardinals' first playoff win. It was like 1999 or something when they did it, because I remember Plummer was drafted in 1997, so it was 98, 99, one of those years when they did it. But the Arizona Cardinals were really bad in the 80s and 90s, perennially one of the worst teams in the league for like 20 years at least. I don't know how they did in the 70s, so it may have been longer, but Plummer brought them to their first playoff win, and it may have been their first playoff win ever. I really don't know, but it was their first playoff win in a long time. So that was big news back in the late 90s. Harrison Smith, Eli Mitchell, Daniel Jones, Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe was one of my favorite quarterbacks when I was a kid. I used to have his jersey, and when me and my friends growing up in middle school and all that would go and play backyard football, I'd wear my Bledsoe jersey. Huge fan of Bledsoe growing up. One of my favorite cards when I was a kid and I was collecting it was the 1993 SP Authentic Drew Bledsoe rookie card. It was a very valuable card back in 93, 94, 95. Back in Bledsoe's heyday. As we all know, Bledsoe got injured in 2001, and Tom Brady took over, and the rest is history. But Bledsoe was great. Let's see what over here. Donovan McNabb, and now we're at the rookies. Abram Smith. Yeah, he was an undrafted rookie for the Saints. We'll save him because he's a Saint. James Cook, second round pick by the Bills, and has been a pretty decent back. I have him in fantasy football this year, so I've watched a lot of Bills games. Sky Moore, he's never really developed. Second round pick by the Chiefs. I'll put him in the bottom though, just in case. Damian Pierce, fourth round pick by the Texans. Was the starting running back this year, and lost the job to Devin Singletary, so hasn't been doing the best. But Desmond Ritter actually just got his starting job back. He had lost it to Taylor Heineke, and they're in a battle, a three-way battle. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Atlanta Falcons. A three-way battle for to win the NFC South. And the NFC South is incredibly weak. I'd love to see the Saints get a playoff game, but I think whoever wins that division is probably not going to go too far in the playoffs. But we will hold on to Ritter just in case. Devontae Wyatt, and our parallel is Kyle Phillips. I think he's like a fourth round pick wideout for the Tennessee Titans. to nobody. Sack attack, Matt Judon. Got a celebration of DK Metcalf. Got a Matt Corral rookie and Jalen Wiedemeyer potential. Alright, final pack. If we get anything better than this Herbert, I'll be shocked, but let's see. Alright, we have a Carson Wentz. We have a Jeffrey Simmons. Excuse the noise outside. There's some cars going by. Barry Sanders, Hall of Famer. Safe old Barry over here. Christian McCaffrey. Eric Dickerson, another Hall of Famer. Lamar Jackson. Kellen Winslow, Hall of Famer. Got Chad Johnson. Terry McLaurin. Eric Metcalf. Greg Rousseau. Dak Prescott. And then for the rookies, we've got Leo Chanel. Jack Cohen. Haven't heard either of those guys. Trey McBride. Pretty good tight end. Logan Hall. Nick Benito. Charlie Galar. Got a, looks like an insert Desmond Ridder rookie. Potential of Justin Ross of the Kansas City Chiefs. And a huddle up of the Ravens. And a special insert of Aiden Hutchinson. So all in all, the Justin Herbert makes the box a success. I'm going to find a sleeve for that one and put it in a top loader. And with that, thank you guys for joining me and sleep tight.